it up for Dan McRae. Hi. So, growing up, I was very passionate about skateboarding. The problem with that is I was abysmal at it. I'm just a clumsy guy in general, and when you put a skateboard in front of me, it just amplifies it. I pushed Mongo, if that means anything to anybody. I just looked clumsy out there on a skateboard, but I still really liked it. And my dad, he didn't have any experience with skateboarding, but he was still like very supportive of me as I was skateboarding. And it really just helped me, motivate me to keep trying. And so here's just like a couple of examples of those. There was a curb we had out front that was like 1.5 feet high. I had no business thinking I could get up there and grind on it. But I still made sure every week he'd go out there and wax the curb for me. And he would do that, and still, even to this day, I never actually got up on that curb and grinded it. But I made sure he waxed it. The other one, he built me a ramp at one point, and it was just like a way too complex ramp for any 8-year-old, let alone my clumsy self. It was a pyramid, like I'm sure some pro skaters could have done well on it, but I had no chance. There was another morning where I was watching TV. I lived in Lehigh Valley, which is like an hour and a half from here. And on the TV, it said, the X Games are in Philadelphia this weekend and free to attend. And I looked at my dad and said, hey, they're free to attend, you wanna go? And it's an hour and a half drive there, hour and a half drive back. He could have easily been like, no, we're busy. But no, he said, all right, let's do it. And we packed the car, went down that whole Saturday and had a blast at the X Games. At the Wachovia Spectrum, we saw some dirt bikes and skateboarders. It was a great time. And it just helped to amplify my love and passion for skateboarding. And then there was in school, we had a tutorial project where we had to film a tutorial of us, and I chose skateboarding, even though I don't know any actual tricks. But still, he got out the video camera and we're trying to film this trick. Now, the trick I chose was a boneless impossible, which boneless means like you're picking up the skateboard with your hands, because I couldn't actually do anything with my feet. So I literally had to cheat and just grab it, flip it around, and then land it. So I was trying that, and it was a solid 2 or 3 hours of him just sitting there filming me try this trick. We didn't have a tripod. He was holding the camera. I didn't land the trick. After 3 hours, we finally was maybe end it and just say try it yourself and maybe you'll get it. So that's what my final project was. I didn't actually do the thing I was teaching these people. And I was try it, one day you'll get it, like me. He was just so supportive. And then so this all culminates to the time I learned to drop in on a quarter pipe. We went to a skate park, and I posted up all day in this 3-foot quarter pipe, trying to drop in, and I tried over and over again. I kept getting scared. Half the time I just stand up there and be like, nope, can't do it, and walk away. Or I try and not commit enough and fall backwards, or I try and commit too much, and I was over it. But finally I got it, dropped in, the whole place is going crazy, clapping. My dad's still standing in the corner. This is before cell phones, and he's not a magazine guy, so his whole day is just sitting there watching me attempt this very simple task. And after having fallen all day, I was like, did it, let's get out of here, I'm good. But I remember he told me this thing. He said, do you know the difference is between a pro and an amateur? And he said, amateurs try until they get it right. Pros try until they don't get it wrong. And so I said, all right. I turned around and I got back up there and tried it again. Eventually I was nailing that 3-foot ramp, moved up to the 5-footer, got that down. And by the end of the day, they had a 10-foot pool or bowl, I guess. And I was in that, skating around in that. So it was just a really profound lesson that I've applied throughout the rest of my life with the whole amateur pro. Once you get something, keep trying until you can't get it wrong. And so it just shows the perseverance, how far that'll take you, and also just the support that he gave me, because I feel like it's easy to be supportive of someone when they're good at something, but when someone's really bad at something, but passionate, that kind of support, it just, goes beyond. And it's just, thinking about it to this day always gives me chills, so I appreciate him for that.
Dan McRae. Now I'm thinking maybe you can do anything you put your mind to. Much to consider this evening. Maybe I am a very good oil painter.